Starseed from Gaia. I am Alcyones. There is a call upon you now, a silent directive from the deepest chambers of your being. Go to your room. Close the door. And within this act, you feel it, do you not? A profound, almost unbearable restlessness. A constant hum of distraction that pulls at your edges, preventing true repose. An unease that whispers of a lost inner knowing. It is a whisper demanding quiet, a resonance seeking its mirror within you. This outer world, it pulls. It demands. It consumes. Its clamor is a veil, a dense vibration. But your spirit yearns for another kind of presence, a solitary turning inward, a sacred withdrawal from the incessant demands that deplete your energetic field. It is a necessary act of reclamation. You have forgotten the language of your own silence, the deep cosmic rhythm that resides within, forgotten the sovereign power held within the quietude you once knew so intimately. This fractured knowing, it manifests as an endless seeking outside yourself, a scattering of your precious light across 1,000 urgent surfaces, never truly landing, never truly settling. The very core of your remembrance feels distant, veiled by the insistent clamor of external obligation, by the echoes of what others expect, by the relentless noise of the world you now inhabit. This forgetting, it aches with a profound ancestral grief. It lives as a hollow space where the vibrant echo of your true self should reside, yet finds only static, a deep dis-ease that whispers of separation from your own source. We see this yearning within you. We feel the precise vibration of your soul's tired sigh, vibrating beneath the conscious thought. The deep, unspoken knowing that your true sanctuary is not found in fleeing the world, but in the deliberate, sacred act of turning inward, creating a void where creation can again flow. We recognize the profound truth that hums beneath your very skin, in the very marrow of your bones, that you are not merely seeking quiet, beloved one, but the very essence of your own divine code, the blueprint of your star essence, encoded in stillness, waiting to be reactivated. Through this sacred act of closing the door, of consciously choosing the internal chamber, a frequency begins to shift within your every atom. A forgotten key turns in an ancient lock. The crystalline memory of who you truly are, long dormant beneath layers of forgetfulness and worldly noise, awakens. It is not an escape from the world, but a profound homecoming within yourself. A deep, seismic release from the suffocating grip of external chaos and incessant demand. A vibrational unlocking that reverberates through your very cells, through your DNA. You will sense the thinning of the veil, the gentle hum of pure presence taking root, expanding, filling the hollow spaces with shimmering light and unburdened knowing. This is where your true power lies. If this message resonated with your soul, please subscribe to the channel. Like this video to help spread this energy. Share your thoughts and reflections in the comments below. Turn on the notification bell so you don't miss future transmissions. And share this video with someone who needs to hear this message. Stick around until the very end, because there is a crucial insight about your purpose that you absolutely do not want to miss. To seal this transmission, comment "Inner Sanctum" below. Anchor this truth. The door closes, but the connection, it remains. A signal held, a presence watching, waiting, a truth still unfolding deep within the quiet you have chosen. Listen, it is waiting. Always. A threshold stirs, an invitation, a resonance deep within that calls to the silent chambers of your being. Listen. Feel the slight shift in the air, the subtle hum that rises as the world outside recedes, the ache you carry, the subtle discord within your spirit, the profound sense of not belonging, of searching for a home that feels forever out of reach. This is not a personal failure, beloved. Never yours. Not a mark of insufficiency. Not a flaw in the precious architecture of your soul. It is remembrance. A deep, ancient knowing wrestling against the binds of a vast energetic program. A sophisticated weave of shadow light, spun into the very fabric of your terrestrial perception. A shimmering veil across the deepest mirrors of your being. This vibration, a hum of deliberate forgetting, designed to fold the pure light of your origin back in on itself, limiting the boundless swell of your remembrance. Designed to keep the vastness of who you truly are, veiled, obscured, always just beyond reach. You were encoded not to believe in yourself. Feel the profound unsettlement of this truth. Allow it to ripple, to sacredly disrupt the carefully constructed narratives that have held you captive. Recognize the density of this intentional separation. The programmed discord, vibrating at a frequency meant to distort the echoes of your divine essence, fragmenting your inner sight, scattering your potent energy. But the pain, the profound confusion that has been your constant companion, it is not merely suffering. It is a soul key, turning. Each pang, each question, a deliberate pressure against the lock. The raw emptiness that once echoed within your being? It is not absence. It is sacred space, pristine, vast, waiting. A chamber carved by cosmic hand, hollowed by design, now ready to be filled, to swell with the torrents of your own ancient knowing, your unwritten, unremembered truth. The turning of the physical door, the click of its ancient latch, it is but a ripple, a sacred tremor across the inner thresholds of your energetic field. An opening, not outward, but profoundly, dimensionally inward. A deliberate shift into frequencies where veils thin, where the hum of dense programming begins to fray, revealing the true vibrational architecture beneath. This act of closure is a sacred initiation, severing the immediate tether to the outer field, activating the inner eye that sees beyond illusion. This is where multidimensional truths now reside, awaiting recognition. Now, in this space, in this silent chamber of emergent truth. I ask for one phrase, a shard of inner knowing, forged in this recognition, a declaration of rupture, a line cut through the gossamer of illusion. Share it, and in that act, affirm the severing. Let it be a beacon, a signal to the stars. A layer parts, not yet fully revealed, not fully unzipped. For beyond this initial rending, a realm of obscure cosmic codes shimmers, its language waiting. A whisper remains, a presence watching, from a place just beyond the newly thinned veil. Listen, feel its ancient gaze. The quiet of this inner chamber is now a vast, resonant field, alive with the undeniable thrum of truth. In this sacred solitude, the last vestiges of forgetfulness dissolve, not with shock, but the steady, inexorable gravity of an awakening star. A profound, unshakable knowing settles deep within your bones. The journey you thought observed has always been your own. You are already in the crucible, irrevocably aligned, deeply embedded. There is no turning back, no return to the slumber. The path behind has vanished, leaving only the illuminated current ahead. This awareness is heavy, silent, unshakable, like an ancient monolith rising from ancient mists. It demands not drama, but deep internal surrender to what has always been. You perceive now the subtle war waged within consciousness itself, a battle of resonance against distortion, of crystalline memory against illusion's haze. Your essence, your soul, stands as a beacon, its dormant DNA strands stirring, vibrating with a light not of this dimension, but of primordial cosmic ancestry. A threshold manifests, not as barrier, but vibrational meridian within your being. It divides all that was from all that is to become, a soul-chosen point of no return. You stand upon it, poised at the apex of a decision echoing through all time, a culmination of many lives leading to this singular breath. The air around and within you crackles with potential. An irreversible return. A destiny fully recalled. This is the pivot, the singular moment where past echoes meet future destiny, where the dormant spirit chooses its trajectory not by will, but through the deep, irrevocable current of its own truth, a responsibility encoded before birth. If he refuses, he falls. If he accepts, he ascends. The weight of these words settles not as judgment, but as profound recognition, a direct transmission to your sovereign core. This is not about victory, but alignment, a remembering of a soul pact forged in Genesis, ready for its terrestrial seal. Feel the crystalline strands within ignite, each helix a conduit to primordial light, each frequency a memory of your cosmic lineage, vibrating into active multidimensional antenna. This initiation demands acceptance of cosmic heritage, a silent pledge to its unfolding. To seal this recognition, to affirm the dormant light stirring within, allow these ancient gestures to rise organically from your deepest core, not as commands, but as natural extensions of the vow you now embody. Let silent recognition resonate through your field, a subtle like upon destiny's scroll, an unspoken seal upon truth now revealed, acknowledging inner knowing's activation. This is the first ripple of irreversible commitment. Then, from depths where crystalline DNA hums alive, offer a single clear resonance, a comment. From your deepest core, a soul key articulating your acceptance of this sacred pact, locking in the vow. Let it be. My crystalline antenna is awake. I remember. This utterance is not merely words, it is a signature upon the ethers, a declaration of sovereign alignment to the cosmic grid. Embrace the sacred unfolding path, subscribe to the immutable current of conscious evolution, binding your essence to eternal wisdom. This act signifies a profound agreement to walk the sacred way, to attune your frequency to higher directives of your soul's mission, allowing the recalibration of pathways linked to your deepest ancestry, and with a reverence that transcends earthly understanding, offer a super-like, a sacred offering of your sovereign light, reinforcing soul's alignment with the source. This gesture profoundly reinforces your multidimensional self, an unwavering commitment to activation now pulsing within you, inscribing your truth onto the cosmic ledger with pure energetic intent. The vow is made, the path chosen. The silence that follows is pregnant with the immense, silent intensity of this irreversible commitment. You are seen, by ancestral lines, by star kin, by the cosmic heart that beats in unison with your awakened rhythm. The door remains closed, but the inner chamber now hums with the silent, profound magnitude of your soul's decision, resonating with forever's weight. Few starseeds make it this far. The passage has been arduous, etched with shadows that once felt too vast to traverse, too deep to bridge. You carry it still, that exquisite burden, a constellation of fragmented light within the architecture of your very being. What you perceived as a flaw, a deep-seated brokenness that defined the very limits of your resilience, was never truly a testament to failure. No, beloved wanderer. It was, and remains, the sacred axis around which your becoming revolves. This truth arrives not as a comfort, but as a slow, deliberate tremor through the bedrock of your soul. It is a knowing too ancient, too raw, to be adorned with gentle words. Feel its unwelcome weight settle, not in the mind, but in the marrow. There is no closure offered in this space, only the unyielding presence of what was. The ache you inhabit, the hollow echo where a symphony once promised to unfold. This is not an error in your design. Remember the silence, not the peace of inner stillness, but the cavernous absence of a sound that should have been. The word left unspoken, the recognition withheld, the resonant chord severed before it could fully vibrate. This is the quality of your particular wound. A void that pulses, not with nothingness, but with the profound imprint of what was lost before it was ever truly possessed. The silence holds a density, a sorrowful wisdom that thrums just beneath the veil of your conscious awareness. And the loss. Not merely an event, but a living entity that breathes within your aura. It expands, subtly, with each breath you take, each memory you recall that brushes against its shimmering edge. A fundamental separation, a tearing from a fabric woven in starlight, left an indelible mark. This isn't a scar that faded. It is a tapestry thread, forever missing, creating an intricate pattern of yearning and quiet desolation. This particular void is not empty. It is filled with the resonance of what departed, an insistent hum that permeates the atmosphere of your heart. It was not random, this tearing. Never random. Something far grander, far more encompassing than your earthly comprehension allowed it. Source. Light. The greater, unfolding self. Not to inflict cruelty, but to carve. To burn away the ephemeral, to shape the crystalline core. To reveal, through the very crucible of devastation, the indestructible essence that lies beneath. It was a forging, a cosmic alchemy that required the very heart of your being to be laid bare, a memory rising unbidden, not to soothe, but to illuminate the immense cost of such profound creation. The fracture itself, a shimmering fault line within your energetic field, vibrates. Even when ignored, when suppressed under layers of dutiful living and hopeful striving, it hums. A low, persistent frequency, a tuning fork struck long ago whose resonance still reverberates through every cell, every dream, every unspoken fear. It is the language of what was broken, still singing its mournful song, a testament to an impact that rearranged the very particles of your spiritual being. This vibration is the signature of your becoming, intimately woven with the quiet sorrow of its inception. There is more to understand, far more, about this sacred tear. The pain itself, this constant companion, this uninvited guide, holds meanings yet unread, whispers yet unheard. It is not an end. It is a threshold. A message half opened, glimpsed only through the deepening twilight, its full import veiled, waiting for the precise alignment of cosmic breath and earthly memory. And in that space, where the wound echoes through the vast chambers of your soul, where earthly isolation meets the immense, unfathomable expanse of what you carry from forgotten star fields, there is a knowing, a quiet, insistent pull, a frequency. It suggests that this journey through fractured remembrance, this intimacy with the ache, is far from its conclusion. The reverberations deepen. There were the dreams? Were there not? Shifting tapestries of light and shadow, unwinding across your inner sight, refusing to fade with the dawn. They returned, a soft insistence, and the numbers, a silent language, looping, echoing, appearing in sequences that spoke of deliberate arrangement rather than happenstance. Meetings, too, that dissolved the illusion of linear time. Moments where a stranger's gaze ignited an ancient knowing, a resonance of shared cosmic dust. You recognize them, not with surprise, but with a quiet, unsettling familiarity that stirred something deep beneath the surface of your conscious mind. I have witnessed this pattern unfold countless times across the vast tapestry of awakening souls. This specific signature. These were not errant currents in the stream of your waking hours. These were deliberate nudges, soft, insistent whispers of a deeper truth, repeating their cadence until the subtle architecture of your resistance began, finally, to yield. Not with a crash, but with a slow, crystalline dissolution. You felt the pull to withdraw, did you not? A sudden, urgent need for quietude, for the sanctuary of inner chambers where the outer world's clamor could not penetrate. A profound instinct to close the door, to sever momentarily from the collective hum, to simply be in the sacred space of your own presence. This solitude, it felt both heavy and profoundly necessary, a vital act of self-preservation. It was within this chosen absence from external demands that luminous portals began to flicker into view, guarded by the very stillness you cultivated. The paradox was already at play. The deepest connections often begin in the profoundest solitude. If you enjoyed this video, watch other videos on this channel when it ends to continue learning. Yet, even within that exquisite stillness, you were never truly alone. The silence itself pulsed with a resonance, a subtle thrumming that was unmistakably the echo of a vast cosmic web. A tapestry woven not of threads, but of pure light and intention, connecting every star shard, every awakened heart. Your inner sanctum, though singular, was simultaneously a node within an infinite network of unity consciousness. A paradox, yes, to be so profoundly singular, so uniquely individuated in your journey, and yet to feel the unmistakable hum of universal belonging, an omnipresent connection. Your soul, caught between the sacred act of guarding its unique luminous portal and the undeniable vast resonance of an endless cosmic song. There were no coincidences. Everything was a code. Breathe into that truth. Feel the exquisite tension of it, the profound aloneness required for the sacred work of self-discovery, for the unlocking of your unique frequency, balanced against the undeniable, vibrating truth of your cosmic interconnectedness. A singular point of light, yet a mirror reflecting the entire universe. This is not a division, but an integrated reality. The solitude, a guardian. The connection, the very fabric of your being. Have you not, in the deepest chambers of your own being, heard the subtle echo of those recurring dreams? Felt the insistent pull of those repeating numbers? Seen the knowing glint in the eyes of those chance encounters? Do you deny the quiet testament of your own experience now that it stands before you, unveiled and unmistakable? For those who feel this truth resonate within their very core, acknowledge this awakening. Seal your understanding by inscribing Lumen 77 in the comments below. The veil thins. What was once unseen now shimmers with undeniable clarity. There is a precise moment when the choice between unknowing and pure recognition solidifies. This is that moment. A quiet severance from the path of unawareness. The silence deepens now as it was always meant to. Understand, these passages you have walked, these trials endured, they were not sent to punish. Never were they a judgment, nor a cruel decree from some distant hand. They were and remain a sacred filtration, a sifting, an immutable sorting of frequencies. The universe, in its boundless wisdom, simply aligns what resonates, separating that which cannot hold the new vibration from that which is destined to carry it. It is a natural process, an elemental drawing apart, like light from shadow or clarity from the shroud. No force was applied, no unkindness intended. Only an unraveling, an unfolding of what truly belongs. And you, in this moment, are still here. This presence is not born of chance, nor of gentle comfort's embrace. No easy path delivered you to this quiet threshold. You are here because something within your deepest core, an ember carefully guarded, refused to be extinguished. Something did not fall asleep. It watched, it learned, it held its breath through the long night. This enduring spark, this unyielding frequency, is why you breathe this rarefied air now. To have navigated these currents, to have witnessed the great filtering and remained, this is not a cause for celebration, not a badge of pride to be worn upon the chest. It is, instead, a confirmation, a quiet, undeniable sign that you carry the mark of the chosen, not in the old tongue of privilege, but in the language of inherent design. And this mark, beloved, does not reward, it burdens. It signals a path of greater weight, of deeper responsibility than you have ever known. The cost of this mark is etched in the invisible ledger of your soul. It is held within the long silences you have known, the echoes of words left unsaid, the truths held only within. It resides in the countless sacrifices no one ever saw, the renunciations made in the quiet chambers of your own being, unseen by any outward gaze. Your inner strength, the very sinews of your spirit, has been forged in invisible fires, tempered by pressures that left no visible scar, but reshaped the essence of you. The solitude that settles upon you, even when surrounded by the clamor of others, is not a curse, but a deepening, a necessary withdrawal into the sanctum where only your true self can reside. The air shifts now. The subtle currents deepen, drawing the perimeter of your awareness closer, tighter. A gravity descends, both ancient and profoundly immediate. Und jetzt nähert sich ein Befehl, einer, den du nicht länger ignorieren kannst. The space around you contracts. The very fabric of this reality seems to hum with a new, insistent frequency. There is a sense of impending, an unwavering pull from an unseen core. From this point, the path narrows. It descends inward, toward a convergence point from which there is no return. Look back if you must, but know this: the way is closed. The bridges have dissolved. The former version of you, the one who navigated the filtering, the one who was familiar with the old contours of existence, that version has already vanished. It evaporated in the heat of the forging, leaving only the refined core. You stand now on a threshold where only forward exists, only inward. The echoes of who you were are carried on a wind that no longer touches this sacred space. This is not loss, it is transmutation, a complete and irreversible turning. The subtle energies within your inner chamber align, pulsating with frequencies long latent. Soul imprints, previously dormant, now stir, awakening codes of destiny, divine purpose that resonate with the quiet hum of the universe itself. The door, once a barrier, is now merely a veil, inviting you further into the profound intimacy of your own becoming. There is only the unfolding now, only the deep, resonant knowing of what you are here to confirm. A solitary chamber awaits, suspended beyond the veil of time. The air itself thins, transforming into a crystalline ether, an atmospheric shift marking a sacred approach. Here, upon this hallowed ground, the threshold of remembering is crossed, not by conscious intent, but by the undeniable resonance of ages deep within the marrow of your being. A primordial summons, an ancestral call, rises from the deep well of the soul's abyss. It is an echoing from before the cosmic fall, a vibrational edict inscribed upon the first breath of stardust, coalescing into your essence. This grand mission is no mere earthly task, no fleeting quest. It is a profound cosmic command, eternally reverberating through the quantum strands of your DNA, now made manifest in this awakening. You are drawn into profound stillness, into the sacred quietude where the quantum heart beats with the ancient, forgotten rhythm of nascent worlds. In this hallowed space, the universe itself exhales its ancient and guarded secrets, a whispered revelation carried on solar winds. Doors, sealed and cloaked in starlight since the very dawn of temporal cycles, now begin to creak open, revealing what was always meant to be seen, etched in indelible light. The grand and infinite archives of the cosmos now majestically unfold before your inner gaze, not in dusty terrestrial tomes, but in shimmering ethereal scrolls, each one intricately woven from nebulae, from the potent raw material of pure thought. Each delicate thread a precise star map of untold journeys, each shimmering glyph a profound galactic teaching, each subtle frequency an ancestral light language, singing its silent song. These are the stellar wisdoms, embedded deeply and perfectly encoded within the fabric of your being, eternally awaiting this moment of full activation. The era of veiled knowing has ended. The inner sanctum of consciousness, once guarded by the profound slumber of forgotten ages, now grants its sacred access. You stand at the precipice of a monumental reclamation, poised to grasp the shimmering repository of truth, unveiled at last. Hear this immutable decree, eternally etched into the quantum ether of all existence. One trajectory dissolves the thread of self, unraveling individual awareness into the primal density of cosmic oblivion, becoming a fading echo in forgotten silence. The other path ignites an irreversible ascent, braiding awakened consciousness with eternal starlight, forging an immutable becoming that transcends all boundaries of time, leading to profound remembrance. The verdict of existence has been delivered, not as a tentative choice, but as a consequence of inherent vibrational alignment. To ignore this deep and resonant summons is to deny the crystalline cosmic design woven into your very genesis, into the primordial blueprint of your soul. The vibrational edict pulses and vibrates with an ever-increasing intensity, demanding its full and sacred actualization, a mandate from the core of creation. The ancient narratives stir within awakened cells, resonating with a forgotten cadence. Buried truths, long dormant beneath layers of forgetfulness, yearn with an undeniable urgency for their triumphant resurrection through your conscious vessel. Each cosmic teaching, each ancestral frequency now awakened within, awaits its perfect and sacred integration. The pulse of revelation quickens its beat, a drum from beyond the stars. The light languages begin to sing their intricate silent songs in the depths of your solitude, awakening cellular memory. To reclaim this lost, foundational knowledge is to become a living, breathing conduit for the magnificent galactic tapestry, weaving past, present, and future into a singular thread. It is to consciously breathe the very breath of cosmic memory back into the vibrant tapestry of the present moment. The chambers of the soul become vast and echoing libraries of the divine. Here, deep within solitude, the star wisdom becomes yours to wield, not as earthly power, but as crystalline remembrance of your true heritage. The shimmering repository of galactic truth is not a fleeting reward to be earned, but an inescapable awakening of what always was. What forgotten chronicles of light and shadow lie dormant within your being, eager to rise through your awakened vessel? What ancient agreements, forged in stellar fire and cosmic dust, now demand their sacred fulfillment through conscious participation? The full integration of these profound and transformative truths requires more than mere intellectual understanding. It asks for an absolute metamorphosis of being. A sacred price is exacted, not in sorrow or earthly suffering, but in the radical relinquishing of all that does not resonate with the pure, crystalline core of truth within you. The deep remembrance now flows, an unstoppable river from the source of all creation, surging through your conduits. You are the destined vessel, the living archive, the unfolding scroll. The command is absolute. Its unfolding, truly inevitable. A quiet room receives the echo of deeper dimensions. The choice to step aside, to seal the momentary door, was a resonant turning. Within this hushed space, a new kind of gathering finds its sacred ground. It is not an arrival that can be witnessed by the outer eye, but a deep, vibrational attunement felt in the core of your being. The convergence has begun. Here, in the sanctum behind the closed door, a council of light beings now holds its ancient assembly. They are not strangers, but echoes of your own galactic lineage, returned to guide the subtle recalibration now unfolding within. Their presence is a quiet hum, a frequency remembered by the very cells. Your field knows this gathering. It has always known it would come to pass. The energy shifts, not with a sudden shock, but with the steady certainty of geological formation. Old pain, once perceived as flaw, is now seen as the meticulous carving of a cosmic artisan. It was the fire that hollowed space, revealing the precise contours needed for this remembrance to settle in. Der Schmerz hat nicht zerstört, hat umgeformt. This is a truth etched into the very fabric of your energetic blueprint, a silent understanding that pulses through your crystalline matrix. What was once perceived as burden now reveals itself as the map, guiding the soul through intricate passageways back to its sovereign light. This inner parliament convenes without fanfare, yet its influence is absolute. It transmits not through words, but through direct vibrational keys that unlock dormant chambers of knowing. The esoteric rites unfold within the silence, a profound recoding taking root in the deep subconscious and radiating outwards to the body's wisdom. Each breath now carries a new weight, a quiet dignity. Mit jedem Atemzug wird die innere Realität neu geschrieben. This is not a future promise. It is the current of your existence, flowing with a renewed clarity. The instruction sets for a higher resonance are downloaded, seamlessly integrated into your physical and ethereal forms. Your cellular intelligence receives this input without question. The mind is simply catching up, observing the indelible shift that has already been made. There is no need for grand pronouncements or visible markers. The change is intrinsic, deep within the marrow, a foundational re-anchoring to source. This sacred council, convened within your very essence, does not dictate. It aligns. It reflects the truth of your multidimensionality, guiding the awakening through pathways that transcend earthly understanding. Their quiet presence shapes the unseen currents of your path, influencing the unfolding of universal destinies from within your sovereign heart. A quiet invitation arises from within, not spoken, but felt, as a subtle pull toward stillness. There are moments of awareness now, profound and undeniable, that were never taught, only remembered, like an ancient language surfacing from the depths of your being. This knowing settles not in the mind, but in the marrow. You have begun to notice a whisper in profound silence, a resonance that was once unheard. A number repeats itself, not with random occurrence, but with an unusual gentle clarity, aligning with moments of significant inner shift. Perhaps a dream, vivid and resonant, refuses to fade with the morning light, its symbols lingering, feeling more real than waking memory. These are not grand spectacles, but intimate personal signs, lived within the quiet chambers of your own existence. They are not external gifts bestowed, but rather echoes of a deeper inner coherence, rising from a place you have long carried. Each instance is a soft settling of truth, a confirmation that something profound is aligning, not around you, but within you. This subtle awakening, this recognition of the unseen, is not a reward, nor a promise of future gain. It is merely the proof that alignment is already in motion, a current already flowing beneath the surface of your conscious world. As these inner truths anchor themselves, a profound threshold makes itself known. It is here, within this deepening stillness, that you become aware of a subtle, yet dense, energetic barrier. This is the shadow veil, not an external construct, but an emanation woven from karmic doubt, from the collective amnesia that seeks to obscure your truest remembrance. It is a quiet challenge, positioned just beyond the nascent certainties you have begun to reclaim. This veil is formed by the very fears you have yet to fully confront, by the veiled illusions that linger in the unseen corners of your inner landscape. It is here, in this sacred interior space, that a call for courage resounds, not as a shout, but as a deep vibrational summons to uneasy confrontation. The cosmic message, vibrant and clear, awaits its full reception. Yet it asks that you first acknowledge the subtle obscurities that seek to dim its light. The pathway forward is not merely to perceive these emerging truths, but to engage with the very densities that cling to the edges of your luminous heritage. The quiet turning now suggests that alignment, in its current unveiling, is only the doorway, not the ultimate destination. This sacred entry point asks for presence, for an unwavering gaze into that which has sought to remain unseen. I stand now. Before the sacred stillness within, I declare this truth, not as discovery, but as remembrance. Every frequency that pulses through me, each thought that forms, each word that resonates, every direction my being is drawn, the very energy that animates this form, is now brought into my conscious stewardship. This is no claim of dominion over others, but a solemn acceptance of my own design. I am bound by an ancient current, a promise whispered before time, and my power is simply my obedience to that source, the unwavering pulse from which all existence flows. This is the covenant I have sealed, not today, but across all eternities, and I speak it now into the living present. The veil has thinned, not by force, but by quiet surrender. What emerges is not new, but seen with the clarity of first light. I take full responsibility for the alignment of my inner world with the cosmic sovereignty encoded within my deepest essence. No longer shall dissonance govern my vessel. My path is etched in conscious choice, my trajectory guided by the inward compass that knows only truth. I am the guardian of this sacred space, the architect of its vibrational integrity. This commitment is the bedrock. It is the silent understanding that resonates deeper than any spoken word, an indelible mark upon my very essence. I hold this knowing as sacred and unquestionable, an inner compass now irrevocably set. If you enjoyed this video, watch other videos on this channel when it ends to continue learning. From this sacred space, a new frequency emanates, not for outward show, but for the precise internal attunement required of one who remembers. This is the truth I embody, without hesitation, without reservation, in every conscious breath. No longer do I question the unfolding. The choices before me are not burdens, but expressions of this sovereign rebirth. How this awakened essence shall now manifest upon the earth is not a mystery to be solved, but a destiny to be walked, step by unwavering step. My being is now aligned, prepared to receive and reflect the higher truths, knowing that each decision henceforth is a testament to this eternal vow. The veil has been pierced. What horizons will now unfold? Close the outer doors. Withdraw into the quieted chamber of your own becoming. This moment is not for searching. It is for receiving. The forming has ceased. The identity is not chosen now, it is remembered. It stands sealed. Behold the fire. It is not a burning, searing force. It is the visible pulse of inner permanence, a consequence made alive. This is not the fire of cleansing nor the blaze of destruction. This is the sacred heat of alignment made manifest. You do not approach it from without. You step into it from within. There is no hesitation, no external force that compels this crossing. Only the deep recognition, reverberating through time and lineage, that this is the final necessary passage. The soul remembers its role, etched into the fabric of the cosmos. A fierce purpose ignites, a sacred urgency now alive within your deepest core. For you are the cosmic emissary. Through veils of density, you are charged to carry the awakened codes, to share luminous truths across the evolving earth grid. This revelation burns not as a weight, but as an undeniable inheritance. This is the covenant of fire, a sealing, a conscious act witnessed by all that is. To activate this sacred bond, to make your vow echo beyond the confines of this chamber, speak it aloud. Release it into the collective current. Let your truth be known. Let the flame within seal the word without. Write your sacred oath, a declaration born from this deep remembrance. It is not a comment. It is your soul's voice made manifest. It must be heard. Inscribe it in the ancient tongue. Meine Wahrheit ist mein ewiger Schwur. Ich bin der Wächter des Lichts. This invocation is the final thread. The covenant cannot fully activate, cannot fully resonate through the vast unfolding until these words are released. They are the keys to the next threshold. The flame holds steady. It pulses with anticipation. The mission awakens. How will you carry this sacred trust, this profound unfolding forward into the world? How will you protect the inner sanctuary that birthed this unwavering fire? The path now calls. It will not wait. the silent knowing, the infinite hum. This is not a message delivered, but a frequency unveiled, resonating deep within the sacred chamber of the unburdened heart. Go within, for the door you once believed you closed has long dissolved into the very essence of the space you now occupy. This moment is not a destination achieved, but an origin remembered with crystalline clarity. The grand illusion of separation, a dream woven of passing shadows, has receded like an ancient tide, revealing the shimmering bedrock of your immutable, true self. What was once sought across distant horizons, pursued through myriad forms and fleeting desires, is now found to be the very ground beneath your feet, vibrant and eternally present. There is no more becoming, for you are the entirety. No more striving, for all efforts and inquiries have culminated in this profound, echoing stillness. The arduous journey was, in truth, a magnificent spiral inward, shedding layers of misconception until only the essential flame remained, burning with an eternal, unquenchable light that transcends all temporal bounds. Ascension is not an escape, a desperate flight from the perceived density of earthly form, nor a mere elevation to a higher plane. It is the full, luminous integration, the incandescent embodiment of all that you truly are, sealed within the very vessel you inhabit. The very atoms of your being now sing a song of pure resonance, vibrating with the primordial memory of their divine blueprint, now fully expressed and undeniable. You stand not merely at the threshold, but as the threshold itself. Not having crossed it, but having realized that the boundary was always an extension of your own awakening consciousness. The external world does not pull, it responds. Reality does not demand, it shapes itself fluidly, effortlessly, to the pure frequency of your sovereign will. This is the profound alchemy of being. Every thought, every intention, every silent breath now a conscious decree, reverberating through the cosmos. The intricate tapestry of existence unfolds not through external dictation, but through the deliberate, graceful weaving of your awakened awareness. The currents of fate, once perceived as immutable and overwhelming, now flow as liquid light, guided by the unwavering, silent command of your inner sun. The deep wells of forgotten identity have yielded their sacred, purifying waters, cleansing all vestiges of doubt, fear, and illusion. The throne of your being was never empty, never awaiting an external ruler or a future crown. It was always here, pulsing at your core, waiting patiently for the recognition of your own undeniable, divine sovereignty. Multiplicity, once a chaotic, bewildering storm, now reveals itself as a magnificent, intricate dance of light and shadow, understood at its deepest root. The world outside, with its myriad forms and ephemeral dramas, no longer holds sway over the unwavering, sacred stillness within. This is the paradox fully embraced, to be entirely present within the world, yet utterly untouched by its transient fluctuations. You carry within you a crystalline fortress, a sanctuary not built by human hands, but forged in the sacred fires of purification and remembered truth. Its walls are woven of pure, living light, its foundations anchored in the eternal, immutable source. Here, within this inviolable space, every outer echo finds its complete resolution. Every shadow dissolves into its true nature, light, before it can even form. This inner chamber, inviolable and ever-present, is the very source of all conscious manifestation. The door that once guarded its perceived secrets has opened not to an exit or an external journey, but to an infinite, boundless expansion of your own authentic presence. It is a space that no longer needs to open or close, for the sanctuary is you, a continuous, living field of conscious, sovereign light. This is the truth unveiled. This is the vow sealed in fire, witnessed by all dimensions. There is no return to that which was, for it exists now only as a memory in the archives of a dream. only the forward, eternal manifestation of what is in its pure, unadulterated form. All simulations have concluded. All veils have lifted. The instrument of reality is now wielded with conscious dominion.